So episode 8 of Power Ranger Beast Morphers was the mid-season finale of the show. After this episode we're going on a really long break, and from what I've heard, we're not returning until the fall. Now what did I think of this episode? This episode was great. This episode was amazing. If I was Nate, I would say this episode was phenomenal, because this episode kicked so much ass with the premiere of the Gold and Silver Beast Morpher Ranger. And I didn't think we'd be getting both of them in the same episode, because I read the article wrong, or the article made a mistake and I read that wrong, so that's a mistake on my part. But we got the premiere of the Gold and Silver Beast Morpher Ranger. Now on my thoughts, I think we're getting the new Rangers a bit rushed, but usually if you go back and read from the Neo Saban era to now, usually when there's a mid-season break is when we get the brand new 6th Ranger, so it kind of makes sense if you go back and read those episode synopses and when we get a break and then when it comes back, stuff like that. But overall, this was a really cool premiere episode of a brand new Ranger. Now, I was curious how they were going to handle the new character called Steel, or in the Sentai, BJ Stag, because in the Sentai, BJ Stag is a bit of a show-off. He tried stealing the spotlight from his master, and he's a bit full of himself most of the time, but how they handled him here, where they've got their own original footage to work with the props and the costume, I think they handled it pretty good. I mean, they've got the Sentai footage to work around, but how they're working around that is pretty good. But overall, Steel is a fun character. His voice I'm going to have to adjust on, because he sounds over the top all the time, but I guess that's his character, so I'm totally fine about it. That's his character, where every line he says is going to be over the top, and he sounds like he's performing for everyone, but I guess that's his character, and they're sort of working with the Sentai personality with that too. But Steel looks like a fun character. I like his voice sounds really cool, and I'm excited to see where it goes when the show returns in the fall. Now this episode, I feel like they should have made a two-parter, but we rarely get two-parters in the later seasons of Power Rangers. I don't know if it's a writing thing or a network thing. Who knows why we barely get any two-parters. We sort of get them near the finale, but overall, this episode, I feel like it should have been a two-parter, but the way it paced out and the episode flowed together, it went really well by. But I don't get why we don't get two-parters. Maybe they didn't want to have a really long break for the fall, but who knows. Overall, the pacing felt really well, but my thoughts up here is still, maybe it should have been a two-parter, but you can't always get what you want. Now let's talk about the end of the episode, because at the end of the episode, the bad guys did lose, but in the end they didn't, because they're able to fix the Cybergate, and their plan is to kidnap the Silver Beast Bot Ranger, which is sort of like my theory. I said in my theory video that Steel would be the future vessel for Evox, and that was their plan, for Nate to build that robot for Evox to control. But at the end of the episode they said they are going to kidnap the Silver Beast Bot Ranger, so when the show returns throughout the year, I get the feeling that's going to be the main theme of the episode, where it's going to get to the finale of that, where Evox is going to have the Silver Beast Bot Ranger as his vessel. So that'd be really cool if we get an evil Ranger in the form of that. So I don't know if they're going to use Sentai footage for that, or that's going to be their own original plot, because I have no idea who the bad guy for Go Busters is. I believe he's called the Messiah, but apart from that, I know nothing about the Sentai. But overall, this was an awesome episode, a lot of action. I liked how we had the premiere of the Gold and Silver Beast Morpher Ranger. Those two characters are freaking awesome, and I love them. They're great characters, and I can't wait to see where they go next. Especially Nate, because is Nate going to still be the lab technician? Is he going to be out on the battlefield? I know he gets a bit of a wardrobe change with the leaked photos where he's got the gold or the yellow hoodie, but I can't wait to see where the show goes next. So it feels like it's going to be a really long wait for the show to get back, but I'm going to have more Beast Morpher theories along the line, because I have stuff about this show I want to talk about and have some more theories later down the line, because Power Ranger Beast Morphers has been really great and I've been enjoying it quite a lot, and I can't wait to see where it goes next. But overall, that was my thoughts of Power Ranger Beast Morphers episode 8. It was a great episode. The episode kicked ass, and I can't wait to see where the show goes next and when it finally gets back. So anyway, that's going to wrap up my review I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys around. Peace out.